Hi, my name is Mark S, and I'm going to share today regarding emptying our mind. So this is the techniques of the Taoism, of the Stoic, and it's been used million of years ago, and it's still applicable today. So in this time where we are too busy with everything, too much thing to do, and it seems that we always don't have enough time, and we always want more, and it seems that we always lacking, we always needing more, and we always seems don't have enough. It could be time, it could be things, anything. It seems that we don't have enough. So we've been rushing our day when we wake up in the morning, rushing to anything that we do, going to work, family, and everything. And it seems that we've been pushing ourselves, rushing to this never-ending rush. So this technique, emptying our mind, this is the one way that we could reflect our inner self. We could see what are really urgent and what are those important. Some urgent but not important, that we could see that through the lens of our eye if we are emptied our mind. So emptying our mind is the only way that we could find as well an inner peace. So when our mind is cluttered, when our mind is too busy, too many things to do at the same time, it's not focused, and it seems the day is not enough. It seems that every morning is too rush, even going to bed is too rush, and we even already in our laying in our pillow, we can still think those things that we are unable to accomplish because we don't have time, we don't have enough resources, and it seems it's not enough. Everything is not enough, and no, we really need to rush. When we empty our mind, that means that we don't think about the past, and also we don't think about the future. So we don't think anything. It's just like emptying and thinking nothing. So there's a saying that the most difficult thing to do is not being busy, is not those tasks that are too risky or too difficult, but to empty our mind, to do nothing, next to nothing. When we are nothing to do, it seems that we cannot sustain that, we cannot survive the silence. Imagine putting ourselves in the room, just sit down there and doing nothing. No phones, nothing, no gadgets, no TV. We just sit down in that room and emptying our mind. It's difficult, but it is the only way that we could we could regain our strength, especially if we are too tired, we are too busy, we have too much, because our society really tell us that we need to do more. We need to put everything we need to have a bigger house, nicer car, promotions, our kids, to put everything, and it seems that we keep pushing ourselves to become unlimited mountain. Because when we reach to that mountain, there is another mountain to climb. We thought that we already reached once we achieve our goal, but there are more mountains to climb. It doesn't mean that we don't achieve goals. It doesn't mean that we don't dream. But emptying the mind is the way to disregard the noise, to disconnect the nonsense, and let our inner self figure out what are really the importance, what are the most things that important to us. So we have different goals, dreams, so there is no right or wrong for each person. So it could be the things that you really dream, the things that you really want to become. To others, that could be their nightmare. That could be the things that they avoid, or the things that you really give you thrill, excitement. But to others, it's just too boring for them, or it's just the things that does not make sense to them, and vice versa. And we can only think these things, what really matters to us, what are really important to us, when we emptied our mind. Imagine if you are in this too crowded, too much noise, too much distraction. We are unable to focus. We are unable to see the opportunities behind. We are unable to observe the silence. Silence is not really mean that no sounds at all. Silence is observing what really exists in there. For example, when we are in the crowded place in the city, in too much noise, we cannot even recognize the sound of the train, the sound of the car, the singing of the birds. Though if there is a water flow somewhere, because too much noise, too much distracted, our mind are cluttered, thinking the past, thinking the future, thinking so much distraction. But emptying our mind is like thinking nothing. It's just like a glass that is full. When the glass is full, if you put more water on it, it cannot take anymore. Or a vessel that's already fully loaded, it cannot take more cargoes. It's just like in our mind. We cannot add more information. We cannot think or see our deepest meaning, our deepest purpose, if we don't empty our mind. Emptying our mind needs silence. It could be wherever you are. It could be in the room. It could be we are in somewhere in the city, in that small place there, dark, quiet place. It could be in the toilet. It could be in the forest. It could be in the bush. Or it could be driving in the car. We can still empty our mind. But to do this is we need to stop thinking. We need to stop the regrets from the past, the things that we missed to do, or the things that we did not able to do, because past is just memories. And we need to stop thinking about the future, because there is no really future. When you ask these philosophers, futures doesn't exist, because you might don't know what the future is. You might not able to reach that future, but we have now. Now is the present, and it's a gift, and this is the only time we have. We cannot empty our mind for tomorrow, or emptying the mind in the past now. We can only empty the mind today. And see you next time. Have a good one. Babu.